So I get home from work today. Log on to YouTube, log on to my homepage. It's the first thing I see, another news special about successful black women that can't find a man. So this video is called Desperate Successful Black Women. Because anytime you get on the news, it's complain about a problem you have that you can't handle yourself, you basically reach desperation. Now, one thing I noticed about these women, and I may be biased, but I noticed that these women ain't about shit but money. These women don't have any principles, they don't have any substance, they barely got personalities. These women ain't about nothing but money. Now, of course, they're going to complain about things like education and, other standards that have like height or teeth and, other stuff like that. But I don't believe education got anything to do with it. I really think it's mainly about money. Because you take these women and put them in a room with plies, niggas like 5'1", barely got any education for real, but he's got millions of dollars. So you put him in a room with a guy like plies, and I guarantee you all that complaint will stop, and all of them be in there with plies putting their bid in. So that's why I say that, this don't have anything to do with education. These women have one issue. Only one issue, and that issue is they think they're entitled to men of high status when they're just average themselves. Now you really think about it, every woman wants a man of high status, and and that's okay. It's okay to want that. But what it is that these women, they think they're entitled to it mainly because they have a college degree, and that's just nuts to me. I believe these women are delusional. They want to hit the dating lottery is what it is. How people go out and play the lottery and just hope to win. They don't have any control over it. They're not doing anything different than anybody else. They hope to hit the dating lottery. Except that, I'm sure most people will never hit the lottery. Right? And another thing I want to get cleared up is these women are not successful. Okay, they've successfully gotten their college degrees, but they're not successful in a general sense of the word. They're just getting by just like everybody else. And when did a college degree equal success anyway? Excuse me. A college degree gets you a jump start in a rat race. That's all it does. It gets you a jump start in the same race everybody else is in. It doesn't do anything more than that. So, hell, you don't even got to be bright or even smart to get a college degree, for real, if you really think about it. Unless you're going to be like an aeronautical engineer or something like that. So, I mean, a lot of people go through life hoping to hit the lotto. There's the money lotto, there's the looks lotto, there's the sex lotto, there's the kid lotto, there's the relationship lotto, and there's the social lotto. And everybody kind of goes through life hoping they hit those. Like people hope to get rich, through the state or through a lawsuit or through a friend or through a spouse. And not that they have any solid plan or they're actually going to go out and work at something to be rich. They just hope that it happens. People who are 5, they want to marry somebody who's a 10. You're a 5 in attractiveness, but you want to marry somebody who's a 10 in attractiveness. You don't have a plan on how you're going to make yourself more attractive that you can follow. You just want that. You can afford a Chevy, but you want a Mercedes. Right? Hey, you ain't working towards a Mercedes. You ain't saving, investing towards a Mercedes. You don't have a plan to be able to buy a Mercedes, but you just want a Mercedes. So, you hope that it just happens for you. You're likable, but you think you should be famous. There's a lot of likable people all around the world. But a lot of you're a likable person, but you feel like you should be famous. You know, your sex game is average, but you want somebody to blow your mind. You feel me? Like, your sex game ain't bad, it ain't amazing, but you want somebody whose sex game is amazing. They feel like you're entitled to that. You know, you're an average parent, but you want your kids to come out to be stars. I mean, how does that make sense? You didn't do anything extra to make sure that those kids become stars. You couldn't afford any extra private schooling or any, special education for these kids, but you want them to come out to be stars, football players, rocket scientists, and whatnot. You couldn't even send them to football camp every year, and last but not least, you have people out there with average personal skills, but they want somebody who's gifted, at interacting with other people. So it's kind of like you being that cool dude, but you want friends who are basically stars amongst their peers. You feel what I'm saying? And that's just, to me, that don't make sense. Now, I'm not just talking about black women. I don't want you to think that I'm talking about just black women, because everybody goes through that phase in life. We all go through that phase in life where we just want a whole lot more than we've earned, or a whole lot more than we deserve, or a whole lot more than we're in position for. Everybody goes through that phase. We're all human. We can't help but want the best of everything. But some of us are willing to work for the best of everything. We put a plan together. We're following it. We're going extra hard trying to get the best of everything. And then there's some of us who've decided, I'm just an average person, and I'm going to have an average life, and I'm going to have average cars, average homes, average kids. Some of us have accepted that fact. But then you got a group of us who won't strive and work for the best. They won't accept the fact that they're just average, and they might never get nothing better than average out of life. And they think they can just kind of sit back, whine, and complain. And somehow whining and complaining is gonna provide them the best of everything without them having to earn it. That's insane to me. And right now, that group specifically, based on what we're seeing in the media, that group of people who wants the best of everything without having earned it or deserve it, is black women with college degrees. You have these average looking, most probably average intelligence. As far as personality, nothing that really stands out anyway. But they want somebody who's at the top in all those levels, at the top of income, top of intelligence, tops in looks. They want somebody who's at the upper echelon of all of that, when they're just mediocre at all of it. And that doesn't happen like that. The only way it happens like that is by chance. It's like playing the lotto. You have no control over what happens. You just kind of hope, wish, cross your fingers, and that's it. That's not a great plan. Subscribe, comment, like, dislike, do your thing.